I'm here. But yeah,
Okay.
I'm not sure if you heard me, but I was just saying, I think that, you know, they sometimes the father can be the better provider. And so when that happens, a lot of parents, a lot of moms will give the child, to the father because he can be the best provider for the child. But I don't think any child is just going to say, I want to not be with my mom
Oh,
unless she's
definitely.
just horrible, you know?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I definitely feel like the child, their first instinct is mommy. They want to be with mommy. No matter what. Sometimes it doesn't matter what. Mom could be living in a one bedroom apartment with, in the worst neighborhood. They want to be with mommy because it's mommy. It's just that natural instinct that you want to be with mommy.
Right. And you want to be with your mom, but does that make it right? You see what I'm saying? I guess the question is, and I'm just waiting on some people to hop in the chat room. It's a little early. They usually time in about 7:15, 7:20. But who's to say that even though in the eyes of mothers, we feel like we should have the sole custody? Like, who's to say that that's correct? Like, do we ever sit
Exactly.
back and think of that like that?
Yeah, like how did that happen? Because like you said, it's just a natural thing. It's the maternal thing to do.
Well, because
Because you
it's
even
some good
think,
fathers too. Now, don't get it
oh, some very
twisted.
good fathers.
But I mean, I'm just gonna say my take on that is I feel that the child should be with the mom. But again, if you're using the child as a pawn, then that's something different. We definitely don't want to do that to where you're using the child as a pawn.
Exactly. Now, I had someone very close to me went through this situation where, she was in a bad situation. She didn't want her children to be going from, place to place. So she was trying to find her place, get herself together, get a new job. So, her and the father were in the middle of divorce, and she asked the father, can you just take the boys? For a couple months. Let me get a job, save up, get a place of my own because she was living with a friend at the time. A couple months later, she went back to get her children, packed up and moved and told the judge that she abandoned them. And the
Oh
whole
no.
time they were communicating the whole time. It took her, when I say the boys they were in high school when one was a senior in high school and one had just graduated when she actually finally was able to get her boys back because because he had told the judge, oh, she abandoned them, but that's not what happened.
Yeah, and
They got,
you find some judges that are for the man, and people say, "Oh no, 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 no." Oh yeah, you do. You find some really
hmm
biased judges sometimes. You get stereotyped where you may live. You get stereotyped as like you said earlier, the father may be more financially stable,
hmm
and that doesn't mean that they should be taken away from their mom. I'm totally okay with, hey, if we're gonna do this joint thing, and you pick them up on the summertime when you're supposed to, you pick them up on the weekend when you're supposed to, and because you deserve to see your child. But you find judges that are biased, and that will happen to where they just take one look at your case, and it's just like, oh yeah, you live in a one bedroom, oh yeah, you're gone. But then you find some that will just let the child be in a horrible environment too. So that can go both ways.
exactly. Sometimes I feel like maybe the judge doesn't look really look deep at the case. That kind of, we have all these cases and kind of just passing through because they want to get through these cases and not really finding out all the details and just different aspects of each and every case on an individual basis and really making the right decision for that child or those children.
That's true. That's true. Hey guys, we're going to take a quick break. We will be right back. You guys are tuned into the evening wind down with your girl Shar, the super chick, and my special guest, Miss Lisa. And we're just talking about, actually, we're just chatting, but right now we're on, oh, shucks, Lisa, my mind went blank. We're on custody. Which parent do you think should have the most parental custodial rights? So you guys stay tuned. It's your girl, Shar, the super chick. You tuned in to the evening wind down.
me so hooked on your love, sprung on your love, drunk on your love, like I can't get enough. I'm happy that I'm with you cause you make me feel good, but this ain't something that I'm really used to. I know how it feels to be left in the cold, and I'm not trying to put us on hold. I wanna be with you, I really don't know how far that we might just go. Why is loving you so hard? And I hate that we are. I'm sorry that you in the dark, cause all I want is your heart. Why is loving you so hard? And I hate that we are. I'm sorry that you in the dark, cause all I want is your heart. You do everything so damn right. You do everything so damn good. And I just hope that you don't break my heart. And that's why I wanna be with you, cause I can see myself happy with you. But I made my mistakes, that's why I break away, and I don't wanna be with you. Why is loving you so hard? And I hate that we are. I'm sorry that you in the dark, cause all I want is your heart. Why is loving you so hard? And I hate that we are. I'm sorry that you in the dark, cause all I want is your heart.
Yeah, ain't a time go by that I don't think about you. Feeling like, damn, boy, I can't live without you. Everything you do, boy, you do it so well. So if you frontin' on me, boy, I really couldn't tell. But yeah, I keep my guards up. Maybe it ain't meant to be, but I keep thinking if I do, you might just up and leave. Man, I'm so confused, I don't know what to say. I'ma just pray on it and let God make
Why
a
is loving
way.
you so hard? I don't know. And I hate that we are. And I hate. I'm sorry that you in the dark. I'm sorry that you're in the dark. And all I want is your love. Why is loving you so hard? I don't know. And I hate that we are. And I hate that you're in the dark. Cause all I want is your heart. And all I want is your heart.
Stack that bitch up, Mike.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Shar, the Super Chick. How you doing, Miss Alicia? I see you in the chat room. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm not sure if you caught the beginning of the show, but you know, you can always go back and check out the show, so you don't have to worry about that. Miss Lisa? All
Can
right,
you
y'all.
hear me, Shar?
I can hear
There
you now.
am.
I thought
Okay.
I lost you, but that's okay. All right, guys. So we are talking about who should have the most parental rights, pretty much. You know, I've said it like 10 times, and I say it different every time I say it. So I'm just going to put a little slang on it. Between the mother and the father, who do you think should have the parental rights, the majority? Or do you think that when a divorce happens, should the child go with the father, or should the child or children go with the father, or should they stay with the mother? And if so, I want to know what makes you say that. So, Miss Alicia, if you want to go ahead and talk to me and Miss Lisa, put it in the chat room. You guys make sure you logged in as well so that you can chat with us. So if you're just listening, go ahead and go to Spreaker.com, like the show, create your little profile. It only takes about 2-3 minutes. Follow your girl and get in the chat room and talk to us. So, Miss Lisa, did you have anything you wanted to start off with while we were on break? Did anything come across your mind?
I just want everyone to just be honest about your feelings. Don't worry about what somebody might think about what you're saying. If you're actually going through this topic right now, this issue, it would be great because we would love to get your insight if you're actually going through it right now.
Yeah, because I know it's a father somewhere saying, oh, if you leaving, you ain't taking my kids. And then to be even more, to go back to last month, a lot happens from that. You're trying to take my kids. You get what I'm saying? Back to the domestic violence. Because you can get a very bad, breakup, custody battle. And then let's just say he's already the controlling type. And as soon as you say you're leaving, you're trying to take his children, a lot can come from that as well.
I agree, Shar. It really can, because like you said, oh, you think you're going to take my children? And if you're already dealing with someone who is violent, or you're living in a domestic violence situation, now that's just going to heighten that situation.
Yeah. So, wow, I don't even know what you could do if you're dealing with a narcissist or a crazy person or something like that. Because a lot can come from that. And, I watch Snapped. I watch all them shows. And I'm just like, there's some crazy ass people in the world. You're going to risk your whole future because you're going to get caught. You're not going to get away with it. And, cause harm to the children or the mother or the father. It's some crazy women too. So fellas, don't think that I'm just talking to y'all. When I talk about the snap thing, it goes both ways. So, we're just chatting, as you can call it. And my take on it, I think that the children should stay with the mom, but I do think that we should be adults enough that we shouldn't have to go to court, and we can come to some type of agreement. Now, you find some men that are like, oh no, I'm going to court. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then that makes it worse, because I feel like once we get past a maturity level, I should be able to talk to you. You should be able to talk to me. We should be able to come to some type of agreement on how we're going to handle our children,
It's true, because once you get that third party involved, if you can come up with an agreement on your own, I feel like you're better off. Because a lot of times you have that third party in your ear. Well, you know this and you know that, and maybe you weren't thinking those things in the beginning, but by the time that third party gets in your ear, well, I should just have it. And you should only see your child once a month. And maybe you weren't even thinking that. Maybe you were thinking, I'll have the child, split half and half, or I have the child during the weekend. You can have the child on the weekends, or, splitting holidays. And a lot of times, if you're mature, we're the adults. So we have to be the adults in the room.
Right.
And make those adult decisions, not the selfish decisions, but the adult decisions. And the children, their best interests have to be first. And that's why co-parent, effective co-parenting. But if you can't do that, and then you have to get those other parties involved, I agree with you, Shar. I think it can get messy that way.
Yeah, but to me, I feel like if you can't do that, then it's still some hinged feelings. You see what I'm saying? It's still some feelings caught up in there, because you got to look at, in our relationships, you find some people, oh, I can't look at their profile. Oh, I can't hear their voice. Oh, I can't this. Oh, I can't that. You're still caught up. You're still there. Like, you haven't got over the relationship. So when you find that you have two parents and I can't even talk to you about our kids because I'm still in my feelings. And then I think, to me, that's when the third party, being the court system, gets brought in the mix of it, because I'm still in my feelings. So I'm going to do what I got to do to drag you, because I'm still in my feelings.
I totally agree.
And then that's when the pawn thing comes in. Now I'm just using my child. I'm not thinking about how this may affect my child moving forward or down the road. It's all about me, because I'm still in my feelings. I'm not over it, because we should always be able to sit down and talk to our children's mothers, fathers, and say, hey, let's come up with a plan. And then it's like you said, if we can't come to an agreement, then I'm taking you to court. Then we go there. But to just go right off to it, then to me, yeah, it's definitely some hinged feelings there, and you're caught up, and you can't let go.
Yep, you're not over it. You're not over it, because you feel like, well, you left me, and I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna make you feel what I'm feeling. Like you said, Sharp, because you are still caught up, and you don't want to let that relationship go. In a way, that's a way for you to keep holding on to that, because it doesn't matter whether we're arguing, I'm still communicating with you.